So as I started slowing down, I started feeling the incredible heat in my heart again, and I would sit in the evenings, and it would last for 3 or 4 hours, and I didn't know, but this was actually just preparing me for the next few months. Because the next few months I went through hell, because now I was on the come down. I had to go off caffeine completely, and actually went to Mexico on holiday, and kind of right towards the end of their sort of COVID restrictions. And I still managed to have this power. I was still a bit confused about that, like how did this power happen? But things stopped moving around me as my brain started to realize that it was going to have to slow down, and things were, I was going to have to accept that I was suffering from burnout, and then with the depression that comes with it. And this is not just some sort of normal burnout where this is 8 months of, this is the longest period that I'd ever pushed myself that hard for. So this was going to be some severe burnout. And I had, leading up until then, because of this living an unauthentic life, and because of the lies that I'd learned how to tell, while I was figuring out whether I was crazy or not, to try to survive. And I'm not proud about this. I'm really, really ashamed of myself that I couldn't figure out, although I was only 20. I mean, I've got to give myself a little bit of credit that I was only 20 when this whole thing started. And who was to know that a lie could actually do so much damage? And I had no idea that it had such an effect on your subconscious, that when you lie to yourself, when you lie to others, you actually, your body starts lying to itself, and it starts deceiving itself, and your decision making starts becoming more and more impaired, which basically takes you to a life of hell, which is where I was living in when I went to Mexico, and for the months after that. Because I came back home, and the first patient I saw, I just realized I could never practice as a chiropractor again. So after 18 years of practice, I had to find another young guy that I could train up and then just leave. And I went, took a sabbatical. Obviously, I'd saved quite a bit of money over the previous 7 years to live and try and find out what my purpose was, because I had a really strong feeling that there was some greater purpose. And I also got to discover that, no, wait, hang on. There's a subconscious, because I kept on asking myself the question, why make such a stupid decision when you've learned through so many bad experiences in your life? Why make such a stupid decision to change your life and go against your own principles? And, why push yourself so hard, working 16 hours a day, when you knew that, it was important to have a balanced life, to work on friendships as much as, other things? Why make all these mistakes after, what I thought I was a very introspective person? What made me carry on making these mistakes, and even these smaller burnouts leading up to this one? What was it? And the answer came, and I had no doubt about the answer, was this subconscious punishment mechanism for deceiving people. Was that it's a built-in mechanism. And I actually found out way more about that in the year to come, because the subconscious punishment mechanism is a mechanism that actually has been discovered in America in 2010. Basically, there's a part of your brain called the Anterior Cingulate Gyrus that shuts down. So the more psychopathic you are, the further you are down the spectrum of psychopathy, and this part of your brain fires less and less and less the further you are down the realm of psychopathy, which I talk about in my video. We can put it up over here, Scientific Proof for Karma. So I discovered that during this time, and then I also discovered all this literature about it, and then also the realization that what's in the Bible is actually more observation of people's lives that have turned to hell, like mine had. Like with me with the lying, or with other people with stealing, or whatever it is, that it was actually more of these guidelines, and that everything in the Bible is actually there to help you. Like when Jesus gets asked, what is the most important commandment? Now, it's not one of the 10 commandments, but it's a commandment in the Bible. And he says is to love God with all their heart, body, and all their mind. I got to realize that that is actually true as well. And when all these realizations started happening, that was when things started getting so much better for me, because I started living that life of authenticity, and it just started becoming easier, not completely easy straight away. And then I also wanted to approach a whole lot of universities to try to explore what I discovered with the brain, because I tried under hypnosis on friends of mine to replicate what I'd gone through and had incredibly good results. So I wanted to experiment with this, and I wanted to do it through universities, and I was approaching so many universities, but I got shut down by everyone. And by then I was on my sabbatical. I was cruising around the world, and but it was here that I realized the subconscious punishment mechanism, and that the subconscious goes along the lines of what's been taught in the Bible. The main one being is the do unto others as you would have them do unto you. You know, that one, do unto others. And when you think about that one, and you're actually about to do something, or about to use someone's towel and think, well, they're never going to find out, or something like that, what you don't know that you're doing is you actually, because we have this DNA history of living in a clan, and we know that if we do anything bad to one of our clan, that subconsciously there's a part of our brain that starts shutting down, and we start battling, we start making bad decisions. And this is a very important mechanism, because if we didn't make the bad decisions, then those people wouldn't be exposed early in the clan, and they wouldn't be able to be thrown out. But it's very important that those people get thrown out so the clan would survive, say like a clan of 50 or 30 people, which is like 97% of our DNA was living in these clans. So it's most of our DNA. And this was discovered after the agricultural revolution and observed and then put into these spiritual texts like the Bible. So it's like a helping thing. And that's what I discovered, which has really helped me since then. Is like, you know, you do unto others, you do all these good things, and also, you know, doing good things to other people has a benefit to you. So I discovered that, and that was a major thing to discover. And then I got this like intuitive feeling that I needed to write a book, which really scared me, because I tried writing a book 4 times before, and I was like, no, this is probably just the brain talking. But anyway, so I've written the book, and I'm on the 4th edit. Now I've started discovering how I can go back to, because the brain has now got used to things moving outside of me. And so now I can discover through a lot of things that I discovered after that, that there is actually a mechanism that you can do way easier than the mechanism that I discovered through all this hardship and coming close to death those 2 times, and then the brain thinking it was close to death on the 3rd time, and the brain getting exponentially more powerful, that it is possible to actually do things outside of the body, to actually get things to move, to turn lights on and off, to do fantastical things, that it is possible to do this with the brain. And this is why we're all drawn to these movies like The Matrix with Keanu Reeves, or Lucy with Scarlett Johansson. But so this is my quest at the moment, is to discover how to do this and practice this. So that's part of the story. There's a lot more to it, which I'm going to be giving to you guys. Some parts I might have missed out, so I'm going to be telling you guys, but that's what I've been working on. I also got a strong intuitive feeling that I need to start doing the podcast. Also that, and then my mind reckons, okay, is to prove to everyone that I'm not crazy, that I'm just a normal guy, you know. So when I do start moving the things in front of people, I believe that the brain it's possible to find a way to actually do this, which is another installment of the easy way to find out how to do this, which will be really, really cool for humanity to figure out. And I'm going to be doing this with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed the story, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you.